What's going on, y'all? We are back in the shop, me and Pops.
Yo.
And today is Tuesday, May 23rd. And we're down here working on the car. And we've done a little bit of work this evening, so we decided to pick up the phone and do some recording and make another video. The next step of the factory stock. So we're gonna turn the camera around, show y'all what we got going on, what we're gonna do, and kind of explain what we're doing this evening. Y'all hang out with us. Alrighty. First and foremost, y'all can see that we have a new seat. So we got a Kirky 80 series full containment. Shout out to Jeff Helms with Fast 262 Speed Shop and Performance. I couldn't find a seat in stock, and he found one at Performance Bodies, and got it to us pretty quick. It shipped on Friday, got here on Monday, and we can't thank him enough for that. So I wouldn't have any luck finding one, and he found us one. So appreciate it, Jeff. And what Pops and I were doing, we're working on mounting the seat. So if y'all remember, down here, that piece of 1.25 inch square tube is sitting on the floor pan, which y'all remember that floor pan is 3/16 steel plate, and it is welded solid all the way around the perimeter, and it is also welded to the bars underneath. So it's not going anywhere. And what we done, Kirky recommends 4 5/16 bolts, a minimum of 5/16 bolt. So y'all can see we have 2 in here so far. There's one there. There's one there. That 1.25 inch square tubing is welded to the floor pan, to that 3/16. That bolt and that bolt go all the way through the seat, 1.25 inch and 3/16, and bolt from the bottom of the chassis. So we came up here and we welded some 2-inch angle on the back of the roll bar here, the rear dash bar. Kirky recommends a minimum 5/16, 3 of them. So we used the Kirky holes that they put in from the factory, and we have 3 5/16 bolts. Now I know y'all are looking at those and saying, well, those aren't grade 8. They are not grade 8. They are actually stainless. So we like to use stainless bolts, and we've had good luck with them, especially for stuff like this. Water won't bother them. You know, they won't rust, and they're very strong. So, but what we are going to work on, I get down here and show you, is if y'all can see how high that seat sits now, up off of that floor pan because of that square tubing back there, we're going to come in here, right under this flat part, inside this lip right here. We're going to take 1.25 inch tubing, the width of the seat, and we're going to make 2 stands that weld to the floor pan that tubing lays in. I'm going to notch them, and that tubing will lay right in there against the bottom of the seat. And we have some tabs from A&A. I think I got one right here, dude. Yep. These are 3/16 thick, 1/2 inch hole seatbelt tabs is what A&A calls them. And we're going to put 2 of these on that 1.25 inch tubing under there, and we're going to drill a hole in the seat, and we're going to put another bolt there and another bolt there. So there will be 4 bolts total on the bottom of this seat, 2 of which will be 1/2 inch. So that's where we're headed. That's what we're going to do this evening, or right now. We may do more this evening. We get this will take a little while because it's a little figuring and cutting, and we want it to fit snug against the bottom of the seat. So what we're going to do is, since the floor pan is 3/16 and it is welded solid in the car, we know it's not going anywhere. We're going to use one of these seatbelt tabs, and we're just going to stand it up on that 3/16 down there and weld it on. Solid front and back, and that's what our crotch seatbelt will bolt to under the seat. So also we got to put tabs, seatbelt tabs One will be here on the frame. One will be on the other side of the seat on the floor pan over there. And Pops and I were looking right here. Y'all can see there's a tab laying right there. We were looking right here. We may weld a tab here. And we may weld a tab here. And do the bolt-in harness and just bolt them to those tabs. And A&A recommends these for seat belts. This is what they call for. This is what they recommend, other than their double shear stuff, which is really nice. And so we may do that. We talked about before about doing a bar in here and doing the wraparound belts, but the seat doesn't stick up high enough like we thought it would to do a bar down here for wraparound. So we may do bolt-in harness there, and they'll just lay right over that seat, because this right here is pretty much level with the top of my shoulders. That's how you're supposed to adjust the seat. And the belts will just lay right over me if we bolt them in. But we're going to do some reading on that and some checking on that. We know some people recommend that the belts be level, straight to back to the seat, and then some people require a little downhill in the belt, so they're pulling down on the driver. But we'll get into all that. Y'all hang out with us. We're going to do some measuring right here real quick and see if we can't get some tubing under this seat, get some tabs welded on it. This is the main reason. If y'all remember, we talked about putting these bars in here to protect the bottom of the seat. That's the main reason we haven't put any of those in yet, because we knew we needed to work right over in there. So that's what we're going to do. Y'all hang out with us. All right, y'all. Well, this is what we were talking about. Piece of 1 1/4, 2 1/4 stands on it. And this is going to weld to the floor pan. There will be tabs welded to this bar, and the bolts will go through the seat. So now we're going to see how well this fits under that seat. It may not fit at all. I'm hoping that it's long and I can trim it to fit. So, fun part is going to be getting it in there. You know what? We're gonna be too tall anyway.
Hey, you didn't take off.
I didn't take off for 1 1/4. Didn't take off for 1 1/4.
Now you can measure from top to your tube there. One of them, there's a nerder. That might have been a good one right there. This is a good one. See?
Yep. Now we shall try it. It was about to be way too tall.
Let's get a bigger hammer.
Yeah. A little too tall. I don't know. Might be about right if I get in there.
Get it.
Get it in there straight.
Yep. Alright, go ahead.
I can't do it right there. There's too many bars in the way.
Alright, now go.
I think it's just right.
You got loose in. Sit up in there just like you eat them too. Look at that.
Well, I'll be.
Scoot it all the way to the front.
Yeah, pull it all the way to that lid.
I can't pull it nowhere.
Man, I'm loaded.
Let me see hammer a minute. I just need the handle. Now then.
Yeah, but you move the bottom out, but the top come out. Is the top out?
I'm pulled up as tight as I can go against it.
All right. Yep, feels right. Cool. That's pretty neat.
It'll be all right.
Let me ask you this, and y'all can let us know. Think we could just drill right through that tubing?
I think you could.
Just bolt through the whole tubing? What y'all think?
Because I think as thick as that is.
We don't even, like, don't even put tabs on it. Just drill through that 1.25 tubing and bolt all the way through the 1.25 tubing.
Yeah.
I think it'd be stronger.
I think it would too. Because you ain't got something sticking out to the leverage.
Right.
I'd just go straight down through it and put a bolt in it.
I think I'm gonna go at a little bit of an angle though with the seat, so the bolt will sit flat on the seat.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Kind of go at it just a
it
angle back
yeah,
just a little bit.
It's angled back just a little bit right there.
Yep. Let me show y'all. Let me move the camera down here, and y'all get a better idea what we're talking about. I know y'all probably understand it, but I know we're not the greatest at explaining stuff. All right, as y'all can see, we have that bar in there. That 1.25 is running right behind that big lip right there. Obviously, it's sitting on the floor pan, so we're gonna weld it to the floor pan on each side, all the way around that tube there. And then what we're talking about is just bolting straight through that 1.25 tubing. And we will come in here, and this has a little bit, y'all can't see it on the camera, but this has a little bit of angle, like tilted up at the front just a little bit. We'll come in here and angle the drill through that 1.25 so the bolt and washer sit flat right here. And then the padding on the seat bottom will go around that bolt, and you'll never know that bolt's in there. So
Yeah.
I think that's what we're gonna do, because it'll be the strongest. You ain't got a tab on there that can bend or something. It'll be bolted straight to that bar. And that way we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts, and all 4 bolts will be bolted through 1.25 tubing. Well, actually these are bolted through 1.25 and 3/16. So
Yeah.
I think that's what we're gonna do. I like it. It's gonna be a little bit cleaner. We ain't gotta worry about putting tabs on it.
Yep.
And I think that's what we're gonna do. So y'all hang out. I'm gonna throw it back up on time lapse for a minute. We're gonna get that tacked in there and welded. And I'm gonna tack it, then we'll drill it. And after we get it drilled, then I can weld it solid so it don't move. But y'all hang out. All right, y'all. Well, we got her bolted in. We didn't have the right length bolt in a stainless bolt, so that's just a regular grade 5 bolt we've got stuck in there. We've got to get some more bolts. We're either going to get the stainless or obviously grade 8 to go in there. But that's what we were doing. That's what we decided to do right there. It is bolted through the round tubing. So that worked out perfect. And we'll get the right length bolts and get those bolted in there once we get ready to mount the seat. But for now that we got these bolts in there, we wanted something in there so it wouldn't move. And I'll get that welded up around the bottom of those. And around, once we get the seat out, I can weld up the rest of it. And then probably cap off. I don't even know if we need to cap them off because it's up in the seat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's covered.
Completely.
Yep. So the end of the tube is covered completely by the end of the seat.
Yeah.
Because there's a lip on the seat. So we might not even cap that tube, and the seat will keep anything from going in that tube, because I cut that tube where it would just slide up in between those lips. So, but that is the seat mounted. That's what we wanted to get done tonight. We've got 4 bolts in the bottom, 3 bolts in the back. Thick angle iron. We know we could have got more fancy here. We could have done something more nice or whatever you want to call it, but that is strong. and that's what we want. And you won't see that anyway because the decking will be up here and maybe just the top of it you'll see, but ain't no big deal. It's going to be powder coated with a chassis anyway. So that's where we're at, y'all. We now that we have the seat in the car, Pops and I were down here last night. I got over in the seat with the padding and everything in it. And we kind of done some measuring up here. And we're going to be moving some stuff. So the pedals are going to be moved an inch back. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this bar right here. And we're going to cut that weld there. And we're just going to cut this bar off and let this slide back, because that's going to allow this to move over as that bar slides in, because the pedals need to come out just a little bit and they need to come back about an inch. So that's what we'll be doing probably in the next video. And as y'all can see right here, I'll show y'all this. This is why you should stick to a plan. Y'all see this little mark right here, this Sharpie mark? That's where I originally had measured and marked to weld this steering column mount. And I thought by eyeballing that it needed to be scooted in just a little more. Well, guess what? It needs to be on that mark. So we're going to get that moved. We're going to move the steering column, and we're going to move the pedals just to where I'm more comfortable. I could get in there and I could drive it just like they sit right now, but I want to be more comfortable. So we're going to make them to where I can get in there and be comfortable the whole race, all night, and have fun. That's the main thing. I ain't got to worry about being uncomfortable. I can just drive the car.
Right.
So, but I think that's going to be about it for this evening for me and Pop. We've been working on this seat mount and kind of discussing some other bars. We're not going to video doing all of the little braces like we got to put in here and down there. We may do those on video, but we're not going to video every single little brace because it would take forever, because that's basically what we have left. And like I said, we got windshield bar going to be coming. We've got to get some steel for that. And we're going to be working on door bars. We've got a little design we're going to do over there. It's nothing that somebody hasn't done before. It's just a design that we like. And so we've got to build a door bar and everything over there on that side before powder coat. And we got to do bumper mounts on the front, but we can't let y'all know about all that just yet. We're going to be doing a video just on a front bumper install, and I'll save that information for the next video or another video later in this week. We are very fortunate. I'm just going to go ahead and mention some people right now. We've been talking about doing a big thank you video. And let me tell you what, y'all hang out. Let me throw this on the tripod real quick. All right. So we're gonna do a little thank you session right here. Why I'm thinking about it, because we've been talking about doing this video, and we'll just do it at the end of this video. Been a while since we sat in front of the camera.
I know it.
This is the first video, I think.
Yeah.
Was the last video we done then.
Very first.
First and foremost, the good Lord above.
By all means.
We are very blessed to be able to come right here in this little 24 by 30 shop and do what we get to do. We've been blessed in many ways, and I thank the good Lord every day. And I'm not going to sit here and preach or anything like that, because I'm nowhere near the model Christian. But we won't get into all that, because everybody has different beliefs. What you want to believe is what you want to believe, and you can believe what you want to believe. But we won't get into all that, because we don't want all that. We're very thankful for what God has given us,
Yes.
and I'll say that for sure. Secondly, and this is one of my most important, and Daddy will understand this. I call him Daddy because that's what I call him. I call him Pops in the videos, but that's Daddy to me. So, my wife is very understanding, and she goes to the gym, and that's her thing that she gets to do. Not get to do, that she wants to do. I say get to do like she's a kid, but she is a grown woman. She do whatever she wants to do, and I thank her because we spend a lot of time in this shop, and in the evenings, at night, weekends, and we do balance it to where her and I cook supper every night. We try to cook every night and sit down and eat supper together. And weekends we go do whatever, we go eat, So I gotta thank my wife. She puts up with a lot, and I thank her for keeping me grounded and keeping my head straight. And she's a good one. So I appreciate everything my wife does. Holly, she's a good one, and I couldn't do it without her. So next, I want to thank my mom. My mom has always supported what I've done and decisions I've made. And to be 100% honest with you, if it wasn't for my mom, this probably wouldn't have happened. I mean, to be honest with you, y'all know we sold the open wheel, so obviously that money went toward this car, and that's just the way it worked, the way it had to work. Pops and I luckily haven't had, I guess, as far as materials for the car and parts for the car, nothing's came out of pocket other than what we got from the open wheel. But when you get into the material side of things, like sanding pads, cutting wheels, blades, welding gas, welding wire, stuff like that, yeah. And there's been times where we've had to sell something or whatever, or scrap, metal to get a roll of welding wire, and that's just because
Clean the field out a little bit.
yeah, just haul off stuff, and that's just part of it. That's just, we don't want to take away from other stuff just to build a race car, but at the same time, this is what we love to do, and this is, God, family, racing is pretty much what I was raised in, and kind of what we focus on. But thank you to my mom. She's a big part of this. The seat. Thank you to Mom. And she bought a new fire suit, and so that's a different video, because we're gonna get it embroidered and stuff with the colors of the car, but we're not gonna tell y'all the colors of the car yet, and because we want it to be a surprise, for good content. And I want to thank Matt Gatlin. Matt is a big part to help me, because Matt allows me to come out there and work in the evening some and do TIG welding, and to make extra money to do racing stuff or pay bills, whatever. And Matt has helped us out. Y'all remember me talking about Matt when he gave us the tires? So Matt's given us tires, and the deal that we worked out with the quick change actually went in Tanner and Matt's open wheel.
Yep.
And we got the 9X out of their car, and we worked that deal out to where it helped them. And now we have a 9X for our car. So appreciate Matt, everything he's done for us. Family, there's a lot of family that support us, that ask about, you know, how the car's going. There's family that have bought on the berm hats, friends that have bought on the berm hats, and we appreciate all of that. And I've had the worst time with shipping those hats. and I haven't told Dad all the details on that because it has been a freaking headache. And I for lack of better words, I've had the same 3 hats come back to the post office 4 times. I'm not kidding. Once, they had the wrong zip code. Second, they were lost in Texas and somehow showed back up to the post office. Third was my fault. I put them in a new box and I walked into the post office and I went to mail them, and the lady said, "Why do you have an address written on here that's local?" I don't know why I did it, but I wrote a guy's local address down on it. And so they're in the mail and they're headed to Oregon. Shout out to Jesse Merriman. And there's a couple of guys out west that I forget, I'm terrible with names. And they support everything we do. They support our videos. Jesse sends me messages. If you're on the West Coast and you need something done in Oregon and Northern California, places like that, Jesse sells parts. He also does repair work on chassis and updates and stuff like that. So y'all get with him. I think it's 11J Motorsports. And shout out to Bright Racing. When we order from them, it comes here in 2 days.
Yep.
And I know we're just in that shipping zone to where it works out that way, but they've usually had everything we needed. Shout out again to Jeff Helms for finding me a seat. If y'all are in East Alabama or Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, or wherever, Jeff can drop ship stuff to your house. And I want to say it's Fast 262 Performance or Fast 262 Racing and Parts. I'll make sure to link all these people in the description of this video. And Jeff, he's helped us out. Matter of fact, I think this is the 3rd seat.
Yeah.
This is the 3rd seat we've ordered from Jeff. And he's had it here quick. Like I said, ordered it Friday. Mom ordered it, and it got here Monday. So we've been able to keep moving on with the car. A&A Manufacturing. Shout out to A&A Manufacturing for the tabs. I call and talk to, golly, I want to say maybe Larry or something at A&A. I can't remember his name. Like I said, I'm terrible with names, y'all. And they hook us up with these tabs, and they're awesome tabs. Matter of fact, I showed y'all the wrong tab.
Yeah.
Earlier for the seatbelt. I showed y'all a 1/8" thick tab, and we have the thick seatbelt tabs we're going to use for the seatbelts. So we'll show y'all those when we go to do all that. But anyway, Doug McElroy Motorsports. And these people don't sponsor us, y'all. Some of them do. My mom, I guess you consider her a sponsor. As far as A&A and people like that, this is just people we order from that have
Do a good job of getting our stuff here.
Yeah.
And a good time, and our orders are usually, I don't think we've ever had trouble with not getting
No.
what we ordered.
No.
It's always,
I know people say, they have terrible experiences with shipping, but we've been lucky. We've been lucky. Things have come in and when we needed them, and the reason why I'm shouting out these people is because these people have treated us like normal people.
yeah.
They've been nice to us. They've been like, it's like we walked in their yard and they invited us in for dinner. And that's the way a lot of these people have talked to me on the phone.
Yeah.
And Dave Hammond. Dave Hammond is a big one. I know if you watch dirt racing at all, you know who Dave Hammond is. Dirt Car USA, Dave Hammond. We've used his plates. Matter of fact, there's a set on that 9-inch right there.
Yeah.
I put those plates on for Matt when they had that housing in their shaw. We've used Dave on a lot of other stuff, and we're going to be using Dave on this car.
Pull bar,
Yeah,
mount.
Pull bar brackets and stuff. That y'all remember Tanner's car? We updated the shaw.
Yeah.
It had Hammond pull bar mounts and all in it. And shout out to Dave. He has a lot of educational videos. And somebody else I want to mention, a couple people real quick. Patrick Langley, and I want to say Patrick's wife is Heather. I think it's Patrick and Heather Langley. Patrick done a decking sponsor spot, but he comments on about every video. And I appreciate that. And there's a lot of y'all that comment on every video. I'm not just singling Patrick out and just praising him, but there's a lot of y'all. The dude, I don't know your real name, but the dude on YouTube, he comments.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
I've read a lot of his.
This is off the top of my head. Robin Wells.
I can't remember.
Man, there's a bunch. I'm telling y'all, we're terrible with names. Yeah, there's a bunch.
Yeah.
We appreciate every comment.
Oh, yeah.
We read every one of them. I promise you. Pops and I read every one of them. And I try, like I said, I try to respond to comments, but sometimes time just don't work that way. And I don't want to leave anybody out. Gary Tucker. Gary's a buddy of ours from Fayetteville, Tennessee. He runs Open Wheel, and Gary used to run Street Stock, Crate Racing USA Street Stock. He's won a bunch of races in the Street Stock. Now he's on a roll in the Open Wheel, and he's doing really good. He has a decking sponsor lit spot, and I haven't talked about it in a few videos, but we are still going to do the decking sponsor list, and I will update that and post a picture of what spots are left. I think we were doing it for 20 a spot. There's 50 spots, and I want to say there's 5, 10, 11, 12. I want to say there's 37 or 38 spots left that are open. And you can pick what number you want if it's not taken already. And you can say whatever you want within reason. Within reason. Business name or just your name. And it's $20 a spot. And what that does, it helps us out. It goes toward this car. I promise. It goes toward materials and tubing. And right now, we're so close to having the car, the chassis finished, that we're preparing for powder coat. And it ain't cheap.
No, it ain't cheap.
It ain't cheap. So if anybody wants to sponsor, that would help us out. I mean, in this world, in the racing world, y'all know how stuff is. And to be completely honest with you, I'll tell you exactly what it's going to cost. It's $750 for sandblast and powder coat from some guys in Mississippi that do a really good job. They do a bunch of dirt cars. That's mainly what they do.
Yeah.
And it's an extra $100 if you want a clear coat. So it's $850 if you want clear coated, nice powder coat, and they do an excellent job. They've done some cars here local that are really nice.
Yeah.
And shout out to John Keith. I don't want to forget John. John Keith at Statement Race Cars, Ben and John, those guys down there at Statement, they got it going on. They build some top-notch race cars. And John has given me pointers. John has sent me parts. Not sent me parts, but links, pictures, and stuff of parts that he recommends. And a lot of it we haven't been able to get because of money and time. So we've kind of went, like the weld-on steering column mount. John recommended a bolt-on that was really nice. And it just didn't work out that way for us. So we're going to use the weld-on. And so shout out to John at Statement. Shout out to Jamie Lewis at Lewis Fabrication. Jamie's given me pointers. And I've talked to these guys many times over the years. And like I said, these people, I'm shouting out these people because they treat us like a friend, or they treat us with respect. I should say. And we do the same. Jerry King. I gotta give a shout out to Jerry King.
Yeah.
Jerry King is the man. King's Custom Cages. He's in Russellville, Alabama. If you need front bumpers, roll cages, whatever you need, Jerry's a dang good fabricator. And he's giving me pointers. Ryan King, his son, is a good friend of mine. And y'all have heard me talk about Ryan. Ryan has been in some of our videos from Moulton.
Yeah.
He was the 96 car, the open wheel. And Ryan's a good friend of mine. Jerry is where we buy our tubing. And Jerry buys it in bulk, and we're able to go down there and buy from him. And we appreciate that very much because it saves us a drive. And
Yeah.
we can literally be at Jerry's in 15 minutes. So it helps us out. Oh, Big Jake, Mike, Blake, all those guys, you know.
Yeah.
Y'all
They
seen
all
it.
support us, you know.
Y'all seen us help them, and they support us.
Yeah.
And Big Jake, these wheels and tires right here. Big Jake had these wheels and tires at his house. Told me to come get them. We work it out later. So Big Jake's always helped. You know, he's a dang good sheet metal fabricator, and he's done bodies for us over the years. And
Yeah.
so, but shout out to all these guys that support us. My sister's a big supporter. I know she hasn't come down here much, but she has been down here. She ain't gonna get on camera, and she's a big supporter. She shares all of our stuff on Facebook. If y'all haven't checked us out on Facebook, we have an On the Burn page on Facebook, and it's just for sharing. Like when I upload a video, or if we have a picture or something we want to post of the car or progress and stuff, we've been putting it on Facebook, because obviously we don't have 1,000 subscribers yet on YouTube, and that's where we're trying to get. But we have to be monetized on YouTube before we can post a picture.
Yeah.
So we can't post a picture on YouTube yet, so I have to put them on Facebook. But we can do short videos and stuff like that. But we're gonna try to do more of that. And we're working on more stuff, y'all. Y'all just bear with us. Bear with us. We're doing what we can with what we got.
That's right.
And I like the car. I think their chassis has turned out awesome. And I'm a little biased, but to be completely honest with you, it's turned out better than I thought it would. This was our first swing at building a chassis and bending every single bar.
That's right.
And we have bent every single bar, and we've done it with a $349 bender.
Yeah.
You know, it's $399 now. They've gone up a little bit, like everything else.
Yeah.
But I think if we had better tools, we could do a lot better. But you know, I ain't gonna sweat all that, because I feel like Pops and I have done a really good job, and I can't wait to see it in color.
I know it.
Yeah, I can't wait for y'all to see it in color, but it's gonna be sharp. But you know, we just wanted to thank some people. We want to thank everybody, and I'm leaving people out. I know I am.
Yeah, we want to thank everybody that watches their videos, the comments, because we get a lot out of the comments.
No doubt.
And we really appreciate that. And also,
It don't.
you know, just keep commenting.
Yeah, people don't really understand why they understand. People don't realize how motivated we get from people just saying, "Man, that thing looks awesome."
Yeah,
You could say that.
good job.
Yeah, good job.
Hey,
And that makes me want to come back down here and get busy and build more. But obviously we're in a small shop. We ain't got a lot of room, but
no,
we're getting there. We're getting there. We're just trying to put out there what we do, and we are by far not professionals. We've said that many times.
by no means.
We are your backyard, more of your grassroots fabricators and racers, and we just want to show that if you're thinking about doing this in your own shop, go for it.
That's right.
Go for it. I mean, we wouldn't have gotten this far standing here going, can we do it?
We just pushed that Camry to the side and said, okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's try it. If we mess up, we'll start over.
Right.
And so far, it's been good.
It wouldn't be the first time in our life we ever had to start over, back
Oh,
up,
no.
and start
Oh,
over.
no. No, we've had to start over a lot.
But hey, you never learn by not trying.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We don't know everything there is to know about racing, I promise.
Oh no.
But we learn more every day. And I feel like we know a good bit. Over the years, helping people, we learned a lot. And
Yeah.
Pops and I come down here, and he'll read stuff online, and I'll read stuff online, and we'll watch videos, and then we'll come down here, and we're bouncing ideas off of each other. And you kind of learn.
Think
because-
this will work?
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
we'll try it. We'll try it once.
Hey,
If it don't work, you know.
we'll go back, drawing board, and start all over.
Yep. But we don't want to keep rambling. I don't want this video to get too long. But man, we can't thank y'all enough.
Appreciate it, guys, gals. We really do.
We're if I look today, I think we're at 727 subscribers before I came down here today. So
When Chris come down here and told me, he said, "Pop, we're gonna do a YouTube channel," and I said, "Huh?" And he said, "We're gonna do a YouTube channel," and I said, "Oh my lordy, ain't want nobody ever watch this." And then it's turned out like this, guys. Y'all just don't know how much and how well that makes us feel that even somebody would want to watch what we do.
yep.
It truly is.
That's exactly right. That's exactly. I'll say this. Here's a good reference right here. Chase Holland done a video the other night because he was catching flat. I'll say the other night. It's been a couple weeks. I think I told you about it. Chase Holland done a video to where he was explaining himself because he was catching a lot of flack in the comments. And something he said that made perfect sense is when y'all are watching us in this shop, y'all are seeing 1/5 of our lives.
Yeah.
There is 4/5 more outside that door right there.
Heck yeah.
And things happen in life for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. Everything happens for a reason. When one door closes, another one opens. And we've been very, very blessed with this car right here. And people wanting to help us out. Keegan Norquist. I can't forget Keegan because Keegan, he's going to be burnt in my mind for a long time. Keegan owns Norquist Fabrication. And he sent us, if y'all remember, he sent us the hubs for the quick change that we were going to put under the open wheel. And we kept those hubs because we can use them on our 9-inch.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still going to use them because those hubs aren't going anywhere, I promise.
Yeah.
Even if I can't use them, they're probably going to sit on the shelf. And Keegan, shout out to you, buddy. We appreciate it. And I told you I'm going to forget people. And I'm not trying to. I'm just, there's so much going through my head right now. But anyway, you know, I wanted to do a YouTube, and we don't have, I guess, experience in speech or experience, you know, stuff like that. But whatever, you know, this is it. This is what you get. What we are right here is what you get.
That's what you get.
And
if you walk up right here in front of this shop, that's what you're gonna get.
yep. And we cut up a lot more than y'all see. You know, Chavis Holland from Chase Holland Racing told me in a private message on Facebook, he said, film everything. And I believe it now because there's stuff that has happened in this shop that y'all would laugh for hours. And it may be something that we done wrong, but it's something we laughed at.
Yeah.
And we laugh at ourselves. We cut up. We give each other a hard time. And it's a fun time. This is what I want this thing to make it to a racetrack. I want to drive this car. I want to see this car do good just because of the time and the memories and the heart that we have put into this build. And I definitely want to see this on the racetrack, and we're going to. I'm not going to quit until I do. And but if it didn't make it to the racetrack, I'd be happy with everything that's happened up till now, because I get up every day and I'm thankful that I just get to do something that I love to do.
Yeah.
And that's fabricate and weld, and that's where I've always, my heart's always been, is in fabricating and welding, and racing just happened to fall right in there with it.
Yeah.
So we thank y'all. We thank y'all very much. And shout out to I don't want to, I'm telling y'all, the more I sit here, the more I'm thinking about people. Madonna and Gerald Shote, GMC Properties. They own condos in Panama City, and those condos are available to rent. I'm going to shout them out because they're a sponsor, and they're also my in-laws. And I know Gerald and Madonna watch every one of our videos, because Gerald, I know he does. He tells me he watches every video, and that man out there is golden. And I appreciate y'all very much. And shout out to them. I'm going to link all these people that have these businesses that have sponsored us. And if you're wanting a vacation in Panama City, hit them up. They got a couple of condos that they rent out. And Holly and I go down. We try to go down at the end of the year, kind of when it's slow time. Holly and I like cold weather. So we like to go to the beach in December. And but I don't want to keep rambling. I know this is probably getting long. We thank y'all very much.
Appreciate it, guys, gals. Really
For sure,
do.
for sure. If y'all haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please hit it for us. And y'all stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff coming. It's going to be fun seeing this thing come together and be a complete race car. And it's going to be fun racing. I mean, it's going to be, the racing part is going to be 10 times more exciting because we built the car. And a learning curve.
That's right.
Setting it up, and learning curve with me in the seat. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But thank my wife. I'm fixing to go up there right now. I'm kind of tired, and summertime is our busy time at work. Obviously, I've got my farmer's tan going on, but I work outside, and when it's hot, it's hot. So, and for anybody that don't know, we're in Northwest Alabama, and y'all know how humidity is in the South. So, it messes up my curly hair. But anyway, we thank y'all very much.
Appreciate it, guys, gals. God bless y'all for watching. Thank you.
See y'all.